Hi, my name is Nick Gogos, and I am a screenwriting film major at Brooklyn College, taking Screenwriting 2. And I have been working on my screenplay for a while now. I never actually put it on writing until this year. But the idea, I thought of the idea a few years ago after I saw the movie Dunkirk when it came out, and the main thing that popped into my head is what a great setting war time, like World War II, any war, Vietnam even, would be for such a traditional like horror movie. The story itself, the screenplay is called Trenchfoot, and the story itself revolves around the main character Pierce basically coming to terms with war and the loss of his friends through the introduction of his platoon and later supernatural forces. It could remind someone a lot of the recent film 1917, because it has a lot to do with trench warfare and enemy trenches compared to Allied trenches and locations. Basically, the entire thing is a thriller that takes place over a few nights. It starts off with the main character Pierce coming to terms with the loss of his friends in a disheveled, lacking command trench at the end, towards the end of the First World War. He starts a sort of mentorship with one of the younger boys. Preston is his name. And they develop a friendship throughout the entire film, the screenplay, until a breaking point occurs about midway through. They are given a task. Preston basically is given a task to infiltrate the enemy trench and see if they're still there, because recently there hasn't been any chatter, any contact, any fire exchange between these two trenches. And Pierce and Preston cross no man's land into enemies territory in order to see if they're actually gone or if they're just hiding or something. And when they arrive, they find that the enemies did not leave. The enemies didn't go anywhere. The enemies are still here. They're just no longer alive. They find bodies and blood and corpses, and it's just a horrific scene. And Preston's like, he's a youngish soldier, and he hasn't experienced war yet. Preston discovers the belly of the beast, where the rest of the bodies went to, when he discovers a horrific creature of supernatural origin. And basically the creature explains that Preston is the next in line, and Preston becomes this creature, and he leaves the enemy trench to go back towards the Allied trench. And the end of the film is resolved when Pierce takes the form of the monster. It'll feature a lot of suspenseful moments and deep character dialogue, and truly it's a Lovecraftian tale if there ever was one, cosmic horror and the duality of man, and that's all about. It's about all. So thank you for listening.